All right, guys, let's keep motivated while injured with a voice over. I did that pretty good, right? Okay, so firstly, I go through the motions. I get dressed. I put on a sports bra. I put on my workout gear. I want to feel good because I'm already starting to get depressed because I can't do as much as I want to with my ankle. Secondly, put on video or audio, anything that pumps you up and makes you feel good. This helps me personally quite immensely, keeps my spirit happy, keeps my energy high. Thirdly, be smart. Make sure that you are working out on a soft enough surface. Because I have hardwood floors, I make sure to use my 1-inch pad on top of my 1/4-inch yoga mat. Good shoes are so important in everyday life, and especially when you have an injury. You want to make sure you have good supportive shoes. These are Fila's. I adore them. They really cradle my ankle when I move in them. They feel really good to move in, so I choose to wear those. All right, let's add a little frosting to this cupcake and get started. The key to working out when injured, even if you choose to work out with a video, is 100% modification. Modify your exercises to the level that you need them to be at for your particular injury, for your particular limitations that you may have at the moment. Right now, I'm not doing anything that causes any lateral flexion of my ankle. I'm able to put weight on it as long as I'm balancing, as you can see, with my hand on a dresser or a table. I can still do a lot of exercises. I just need to be very careful not to put too much weight, too much stress on that joint right now. These swings that you see me doing with my hips are so good for waking up the hip joints. They're a really good warm-up exercise, and my hips are really tight because I haven't been able to do everything that I need to do to keep them okay. Also, my shoulders are extremely sore from crutching around. And I've even got nodules like under my armpits from those damn crutches. So I definitely need to add more padding on those. But I've been doing really good. I don't have to hop around so much. And I'm getting a quicker shuffle on me. I am able to put more weight on the ankle, and I'm 100% grateful for that. I also wanted to share with you guys the supplements that I'm taking to help speed my recovery. These are the supplements I'm taking to speed my recovery. This is collagen. I take turmeric curcumin, and I also take fish oil, along with many other vitamins for different things. You also want to make sure that you're taking a multivitamin every day. All of this is going to help speed your recovery. Be kind to yourself and love yourself where you are with what you are able to do. Try not to focus on what you're not able to do, because that's only going to bring you down. Let's throw a little belly dance in there for you. Celebrate what you can do and encourage yourself. Beating yourself up during these times that we are recovering and slow down is not going to help you at all. If anything, you are going to throw yourself into a complete depression. You can choose to smile and do what you can, or you can choose to sulk. And it is 100% a choice. We need to make sure that we are making the good choices for ourselves every day, giving thanks to our bodies for what they do for us and loving them as they heal. I am absolutely freestyling right here, making this up as I go while listening to my ankle and seeing what it is okay with. Start out small. Do not try something big on your injury unless you've tried it small first. Make sure you are staying in tune with that body and listening to it, feeling for anything that might feel off or wrong. If it feels off or wrong in any way, stop immediately and choose a different modification or a different exercise completely. While our ankles are healing, we have an opportunity to really work on that core and to do a lot of floor work, and also a lot of yoga that can be modified on the knees. Absolutely unafraid to dweeb out and get into just looking ridiculous, because it feels really good to me. Oh, look, more belly dances in there. If you need some encouragement while you are down, if you need a silly goofball in your life that is enthusiastic about fitness and is going to work out no matter what life throws at her, go ahead, drop me a comment, email me. I am here for you to keep you going, to be that extra kick in the proverbial pants if you're feeling low, if you're feeling like I'm just not going to work out at all because this sucks. Trust me, you don't want to do that. We want to keep moving, keep our bodies moving in any way that we can. Stopping to a screeching halt completely is not going to end well for you. It's not going to set us up for happiness. You know that you're going to feel better if you get up and you move in any way that you can. It is a choice. And moving, keeping that blood flowing, is absolutely going to heal in your recovery. If you are unsure about working out with your particular injury, always consult your doctor. Always consult your doctor. Consult people who are educated in this. When in doubt, don't do it. Don't do it until you've done your research, because we don't want to send ourselves backwards. We don't want to aggravate our injury at all. Anytime that I feel something is not being beneficial to my ankle, I stop doing it. I will not continue. I need my ankle to heal. I'm a very active person. I need to be able to run around with my kids. I need to be able to jump on my horses and go. I need to be able to make good videos for you guys, good fitness videos, and I need my coffee, of course. I can still hop to my coffee pot. Oh my, that's good coffee. Dang. Physically smiling while you're working out is so good for the soul. It keeps you driven. It absolutely boosts your mood. Smiling throughout the day for no damn good reason other than that you are able to smile. I don't just make these goofy faces when I make videos, guys. I promise. Every time I am working out, I am absolutely expressing myself. This feeds my energy. It makes me feel so good, and I invite you to give it a shot. Be goofy. Don't be afraid to look weird. Get happy and move that beautiful body of yours. Get creative. This is your time to play around. Be a kid. Have fun. Make up some moves, baby. As long as you are moving that body, you are getting that heart rate up, you are benefiting, I promise. Make it up. What the heck am I doing here? Does anyone know? Could someone explain to me exactly what is going on here? Whatever it was really good. To help me work my quads these days, I get on the floor and I go full mermaid. So what I'm doing here is I am just flexing with my quad muscles. I am flexing with those quad muscles. Make sure that you keep that belly button down toward the floor. We don't want any air underneath the lower back and the floor. We need to make sure that we are using good form or you will hurt your lower back. We can play around with these. We can swap them around. They are a lot of fun and they do burn after a while. From this position, listening to my ankle, I can play with moving it just a little bit. This is going to help get the blood flowing to the joint, keeping that joint absolutely immobilized. It gets stiff and it gets sore, but I find if I take the time to gently make slight rotations just to get that blood flowing to it, blood flow to the joint is going to speed in recovery. Again, depending on your particular injury, this might not be the right choice for you. So check in with your doctor with what you're able to do with whatever injury you may have. Look how amazing you are being to your body. Don't forget to bring those knees in for a great big hug and appreciation for everything that you're able to do today. We can push out those knees while keeping our core nice and tight. Remember, we want our belly button to the floor. We don't want any air underneath that lower back. We can bring those knees in and push them out again. All of these small things really help strengthen our core, help strengthen our overall body. Your core is your center. That's your foundation. It is so important when we are doing floor exercises to remember not to arch your back. We want that back flat on the ground. We want that low back. If you tuck your pelvis, just like I teach in belly dance, tuck your pelvis, your belly button is to the floor. We do not want to arch that back whenever we are doing floor exercises that will absolutely destroy your back. I promise that's not fun to do. Make sure there is no air underneath your back when you are doing any of these floor exercises. This is another one I like to do with scissor legs, and you can do these more ways than one. My room is quite cramped right now, and I do apologize for the huge mess. That pile of crap behind me, that box on the side, is actually Christmas presents and stuff I have to whisper because my kids are in the next room. But that's all my secret Santa stuff. So I promise I'll clean my room, guys. I promise. I love bicycles. I love to do bicycles, very mobile, and then I hold them. Trust me, they work. Whenever we're doing crunches or bicycles, we want to make sure that our core is nice and tight and strong. Never ever want to release that low back in any core exercises on the floor. You are putting unnecessary pressure on your low back when you do so. You want to keep that core nice and tight. So if you think about wearing a corset and just bringing all those muscles in, belly button to the floor, pelvis tucked. We want to really imagine that we're anchored to that floor. So imagine that low back and your belly button is just driving through the floor, and you're very anchored when you make these moves. And that's how we're really going to target those abs and get the most out of these exercises that I'm showing you here. Well, it's time for a little celebration there. We are absolutely winning this day. All these little habits, all these little things that we do in our day is absolutely what creates us, and it's what creates our future. When we decide not to let things get us down and we decide to keep going in any way we can, we are setting the bar for ourselves. If I decide to not do something for myself that day because I'm feeling rotten or I'm feeling discouraged, it only makes it easier for me to make that decision again tomorrow and the next day and the day after that. It's a terrible, terrible habit, but we can create a good habit by showing up for ourselves in little ways, just like this, every day. Sure, we can't do everything. Sure, we can't jump around like we want to do. Lord knows, I like to jump. I do. And kick, and I cannot do those things right now. But I make this easier on myself by reminding myself that this isn't forever. This injury will heal if I take care of myself, and there are tons of other exercise options for me to participate in while I'm a little limited. And I do like to make myself a human ball a lot. That's a lot of fun. I invite you to give it a shot and not smile while you're doing so. This is a great one to work those hips. It opens up your chest. It's a great one to hold for a good strengthening, just static hold exercise. Lengthen. We don't want to collapse at all here. We're holding this nice and tight. You want to make sure that your core is strong. We're not collapsing. And yes, I almost fell down. I thought I'd leave that because, I don't know. This is a good one for the hips. While I'm not able to do my Cossack squats right now because they are high demand on the ankles, this gets my hips working. Do enough reps of those and they do burn so good, as you can see. Having an ankle injury or any type of injury is also opportunity to work on our flexibility. This is camel. We do not collapse in camel. We keep our chest nice and high, collarbones open. This is such a good stretch. I invite you, give it a shot. So good. We can tackle that booty with some leg lifts. I like to do a straight leg with my elbows on the floor. We want to make sure that our low tummy is in. We want those abs contracted. I am lifting with the glute, but I am not letting my low tummy go. You must hang on to those abs or you are going to stress that lower back. Keep that in nice and tight. We're lifting with our glute. We also want to make sure that our hips stay square to the ground. So your hip bone should remain the same distance from the ground. We don't want to tilt at all. I know it's tempting to kind of tilt out to the side when you're lifting. Don't do that. Just imagine keeping those hips square to the ground. I want to hold that nice and tight. I like to hold my last rep come up onto my hands, and then I'm going to press my heel to the sky. Again, I am keeping, oh, well, I'm telling you right now to squeeze your butt, and we're going to keep that tummy in nice and tight. Hold on to those abs. If you don't remember anything else I say, hold on to your abs. This is really good for those glutes, really good for that butt. I am absolutely addicted to squats, so this is something that kind of satisfies my hunger for those burny glutes. I definitely don't want to lose my butt any more than I have because of this injury. These work. They do work. Want to make sure we're stretching those shoulders. As I said, I have very tight, sore shoulders from crutching around. It's a lot of demand all of a sudden on my shoulders to carry the rest of my body around. So we want to make sure we take the time to take care of ourselves. If you have any area of your body that's particularly tight, you want to spend some extra time on that part. And on the other side now, we want to make sure that back leg is nice and long. Our body is strong, long, strong, and graceful. Just like in yoga, we want to think about keeping all the body active. We don't want anything to slouch. We want nothing to cave. We want to think of our bodies as a strong living structure. Everything is active. Nothing is asleep. And definitely hang on to those abs. This is where we do not want to let them go, or you will hurt your low back. Okay, switching exercises. Keep that core in tight. Sometimes I can't talk. We're lifting with the glute, heel to the sky, hips square to the ground. We are not collapsing anywhere. We're not collapsing our neck into our shoulders. We're not collapsing our chest down to the floor. Nice and strong and active, lifting with that glute. We can work that chest with some push-ups on the soft parts of our knees, that fleshy part just above your kneecaps. You want to keep your core strong. We're going to imagine your core would be the same as if you were on your toes, so we don't want to collapse in the belly. We want to keep the core strong, nice and flat. Oh, that feels so good. I couldn't do too many of those because they were on fire already. Not being able to put weight on my ankle a certain way and not moving my legs like they should because I'm on crutches, and whenever I limp, I'm not walking in alignment. So my hips are really sore. So it's important to take time with an ankle injury to stretch out those hips and to do some mobility exercises. Even if you can't squat or do anything too active, I can absolutely still take care of my hips, do some internal and external rotations. I do need to watch my ankle on these ones, but this feels really good, as you can tell by my face. I am a happy girl, and now I am a seal. Having sacrum issues, if I don't keep up on my exercise, it is absolutely important that I keep my hip mobility and rotation as good as I possibly can in this time that I'm a little bit limited. We want to make sure we keep those muscles stretched and limber. You don't want to work out and not stretch. You are going to increase your chances of muscle soreness and tightness if you don't take the time to love on yourself after a workout and stretch out your muscles. I like to take my elbow like I'm putting someone in a headlock, but I put my knee in a headlock. I do not twist. I keep my chest forward and I pull that knee into my chest, getting a nice stretch, my low back, my glute. It is so lovely. I hope that it is as good for you as it is for me. Thank you for joining me, guys. Keep your chins up. This is only a season. We will heal and we will be back to ourselves in no time. Let me know how you like the voiceover. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it.